Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Amy Ferreira. So today we are doing a demo for the territory of Lower Hudson Valley. So for CIS, our Lower Hudson is Orange, Rockland, and Westchester. But before I begin, I always like to give a little bit of background about CIS and explain, how we get our information, and really what separates us from our competitors, which are the national services. So CIS has been around for over 32 years. We are a family business based out of North Jersey, and we cover a pretty small territory. Here is our coverage area. So again, our purpose today is Lower Hudson, but we, have coverage in New Jersey, New York City, Long Island, and then even Eastern PA and Delaware. And we've kept our coverage small purposely. One of the owners was an engineer. He was a general contractor. And back in the day, the only option was a national service. And he found that he was missing bids. He was missing the bid openings. He was missing, the bid, the bid entirely. He was missing pre-bid meetings. And part of the reason he felt was because, the national services cover a huge territory and they tend to miss out on the local projects. So, before the internet, we used to fax our leads. And then we've always been, since then, a web-based service with a very small coverage. So I'm going to log in, but as I do that, I just want to explain how we're getting all of our information. We actually have about 40 inside and outside reporters that literally hunt down all of our projects. So we actually split our team between the reporters that handle the public projects and the ones that cover our private projects. So the way that we get our private work is we go to the planning boards. If you're going to build something, you have to get approvals through them first. And then once we know what's being built, then we're going to owners, developers, architects, engineers, and following the projects every step of the way until they're completed. So we're looking at private developments, multifamily dwellings of 10 or more units, and commercial buildings that are 5,000 square feet and larger. And on the public side, it's anything that's being bid. And what you have to know is that owners and engineers are still putting projects out. They're still posting their bids in newspapers, in local newspapers. And in all of our territory, including Lower Hudson, we are getting those newspapers because we know that's where owners are posting projects. And then we're sending reporters out. We know that we can't get enough information by just making a phone call. So we are literally sending reporters physically to owners, to engineers to get details, to get descriptions. As well as, the bid results, which is what we're really fast with. We have projects, that typically will bid today that we'll know about either later on in the day because we actually do live time reporting as well as, knowing about projects the next day. So just to give you, we're basically going to do an overview here because there's a lot of different people that are on this demo, whether you're a general contractor and you're looking at the whole entire project or you are a sub or a supplier. Equipment company, professional service, and looking at just pieces of it that you can do or that you can bid to a general contractor. So just quickly, when you log in, you are immediately at my desktop, which is our home page. And from here is where we have all of our saved reports. The daily feed will start with, I already did for time purposes, did a custom report that we can take a look at. And that's basically what our, all of our private work. And then we've got our search, which is where you can search for projects and contractors and suppliers, equipment companies, professional services, owners. If you don't know the name of the project, you can certainly search for the owner, whether it's a town or it's a school or it's even a private type of owner. And then sub requests. So for the GCs out there, you guys can actually post projects, sub requests directly from projects, letting subs and everybody know that you need something specific. And then we have the tracking. So this is where you're going to track projects and you're going to track contractors, whether you're going to track the GCs that you work with or you want to track your competitors. So we're going to start with the daily email. And we break the email down into these 5 different tabs, which is basically the private work and the public work. So our private work in stages is pre-planning, planning, and then negotiated. So we don't have anything in pre-planning today, but when we do our custom report, I will show you what a project looks like. But basically, it is our very early stage project, conceptual stage project. a town selling a piece of property to a developer. It can even be a public bid that needs to get that public approval before it actually goes out to bid. So here's our planning project. So there's 3 projects in here today. And again, we're looking at Orange, Rockland, Westchester. And just, I'll mention this again later, but for anybody that wants a more targeted demo, we can always add any other territory that you're interested in. So let's take a look at this one, Guiding Eyes for the Blind Training School Kennel in Yorktown Heights. So the first thing that I always like to do is go right to the description. So if you scroll down, it'll tell you exactly what it's doing. And then this is going to give you a good idea of whether or not this is a fit for you. So construction of a 2-story, 30,000 square foot training facility and all this other stuff that goes with it, associated parking, site improvements, site remediation, tree removal, storm management, landscaping, lighting, and it's on 12 acres. So this is going to give everybody a good idea whether you do site work or excavation, the size of the project, as well as for the person that wants to build this project and all the associated trades that go along with that. So then if we go to the top, we're looking at the name, the location. So I know a lot of you guys like to go out and scout out the area, the location. You can do that here because here's the exact address, the owner. So if you're looking to get involved with building this project, the owner is who you can reach out to, or the design firm. I know GCs will, kind of reach out to either or, maybe both. And then you've got your planning note. So this is really important because this is going to tell you exactly what's happening with this project. So the most recent note is up top. So as of yesterday, zoning to support the project has been approved. If you want to know what's happened from the beginning of this project, you're going to start at the bottom and read your way to the top. So there's a few things. When we're looking at a project in pre-planning and planning, the GC has not been awarded yet. When we know who that GC is, we're going to remove it and we're going to put them in that negotiated tab, which we'll look at when we're done with this tab. So there's a few things. If you know that you're interested in this project, you can come over here and track it. Now it's going to go into your folder. When there's an update, we will automatically let you know. Also, you can let people know, other CIS clients know that you are interested in this project. And basically what you're going to do is just click the I'm interested right here. So, this is obviously just a fake account so that I can do this demo with you guys, but you will get added in alphabetical order. And you can see the different types of companies that are interested. So a material company, Sunbelt Rentals is interested. So people can actually reach out to you when they see your company and see exactly what it is that you do. So if somebody clicks on Sunbelt Rentals, they can see their company profile, know exactly how they're going to contact them. They've got pictures listed. They've got a big description about what they do, all the categories that they've added themselves in, and even contacts in other locations that they have. So your company profile can look, the same exact way. I'm just going to get rid of this so that, my fake company is not listed. Okay. The next tab is negotiated because we're keeping it in the theme of the private work. Again, this is where we're putting the project when we know who the GC is. So today we have this project in Rye, Nursery Lane Self-Storage Facility. And this one has, here's the attorney, here's the developer and the contractor. So a lot of times we're going to see the same thing, right? Developer, they're developing the project as well as GCing their own project, Murphy Brothers Contracting. And by the way, excuse me, you can take a look at the developers, the contractors, the design firm, anybody that has a hyperlink, and you can see what other projects that they might have as well. So again, depending on who you're interested in working with. So the purpose is you're not going to just make a phone call about this job if you're interested, but you're going to call them about anything else that they might have as well. And then we're looking to see, okay, what are they doing here? Demo of existing structure, merging 3 lots for the construction of a 40,000 square foot storage facility, and telling you, how many units and parking spaces. So it's going to be, again, not just the GC, but anybody that gets involved with a brand new building, as well as other things that go along with a brand new building. And then just telling you what's happening, as of yesterday, site remains, for sale with an asking price of blah, blah, blah. So it looks like they're actually, trying to sell this because it looks like some things did not work out. There was a lawsuit involved. But again, reading from the bottom to the top is going to give you all that information that you need to know about. And again, if you wanted to keep track of it, you just come over here and click track. And also just to show you guys the publish date. So you're always going to know when we started tracking a project, whether it's private or public. Okay. So that's negotiated. So now we're going to move on to the public information, which is the out to bid. So when we take a look at this, we can see that we have 9 projects in here, 9 that are brand new and also updated. Everything gets listed new first and in bid date order. So we've got a couple of projects in here. Let's take a look at this one in Sleepy Hollow, concrete sidewalks and curb install. So this is your public format. This is your bid date and time, the name of the project, where it's located, who the owner is, Village of Sleepy Hollow, your documents. So we're either going to give you a link that's going to take you to the documents, or we're going to tell you where you need to get them. So in this case, they're available at the office of the village clerk. Here's the link to take you there. Or if you had questions, excuse me, you can just send an email from here. It'll tell you the cost of the document. So this is going to be for the company that's actually bidding this as a prime, your bid guarantee, questions. So your notes section, this is going to tell you what's happening with the bid. Is it going to be virtual? Is it going to be in person? We know it's a single contract, the work included, concrete, curb, and sidewalk. And then here's, a description of this. So because this is posted for the first time, this is the basic information. Now our inside and outside reporters will start making the phone calls, start going online to get the details, or physically going to the owner or the engineer to get more details. And that can be quantities on projects. When companies start picking up plans, that's going to be added. If there's an addendum, if there's a change in bid date, all of that information is going to be constantly added to this project, which is why it's important for you to track it. You don't need to go and look for updates on these projects over and over again. Track it and you'll be notified of what's happening. Okay, and then we have updates on existing projects here. So we've got Chappaqua Performing Arts Center, we've got a heating system, environmental remediation, pump station. Let's take a look at this one in Newcastle. So this is bidding, already bid today at 10 o'clock. So let's see what this project consists of. So here is a really good description, very detailed about exactly what this project entails. All right, so that's good. So that information you're going to see before you even decide whether or not you need to pick up plans, or if you're going to call anybody, if you're going to bid as anybody other than a prime contractor. So in this case, here are your plan holders. So if you're going to bid as a GC, these are your competitors, right? If you're going to bid as a sub, these are the companies that you're going to reach out to. But what's important is you get to have some insight to these contractors if you're going to be bidding either way, if you're going to bid against them or you're going to bid to them. So let's take a look at ELQ. So this is their information. This is their company profile, but this is again where you're going to get some insight. So from a sub standpoint, how you're going to contact them, you can send them an email, you can see their website, you can see their contact that they have. But before you call them about this job, if that's what you're interested in, you want to see what else are they holding plans on. So ELQ has these 7 projects that they are looking at in total. You can open up any of these projects and see if your type of work is in it. So now instead of calling them about one job, you might call them about 3, 4, or even 7 projects that you might be able to do. But then what's also important is the insight to them and looking at how they're doing your bidding. So this is showing us that ELQ has had 84 projects that they have been low bid on in the last 3 years, okay? The last one was from a month ago, back in June. And if we click on the project, so this is with White Plains Public Works, you can see exactly where they are in their bidding. Did they underbid the project? Are they pretty spot on? Is this somebody that you want to work with if you're not familiar with ELQ? So here they are at 2.6 million, Montesano at 3 million, JR Cruz. So that gives you some insight. You can always look at the quantities, the description. You can see exactly what this project is about, if it's something that maybe you could still get involved in. And then their other bids are what they bid that they didn't get. So this is basically showing you that ELQ has bid about 400 projects in the last 3 years. What they've won is their low bids, what they've been low bid on, what they've got, and then what they didn't. So this one was from Friday. So if we take a look at it, we'll see that they did not get this project, but in this case, it was Montesano. And a pretty tight bid, right? Montesano at 6,916, ELQ at 0.940 down to AR Brothers. So it's showing you who's bidding, where people are at in their numbers, but it's also showing you when you're looking at these companies from an overview, the size of the projects that they're bidding and really where they're doing their bidding. And if you wanted to keep track of them, you just click on this. I'm already tracking them, but you just click this and now they're going to go into your tracked folder. Okay, so let's go back. That was everything that was, again, new and updated just for today. And then if we click on our other tab, which is bid results, these are projects that bid, yesterday and prior to that. So let's take a look at what we have in here. So we've got a garage, we've got electric project. Here's one in Yorktown. Let's take a look at these bid results. So, again, your description, your quantities. So this is giving you exactly what is in this project, right? So cleaning and cement lining of water mains, how many water valves there are, everything that's included in this. 50 square feet of concrete sidewalk. And then you have, excuse me, your bid results here. Same thing as what we just looked at when we were looking at ELQ. Michael's Pipe Service was the low bid, and then J. Fletcher Kramer, a company in New Jersey, they bid this project as well. So that's what you'll see. But just keep in mind that the purpose of tracking the project is so you don't have to look at the updates and you don't have to look at the bid results, because if you're tracking it, that information is automatically going to come to you. Okay, so that was our daily email. The new and updated project since last view, that just ensures that you don't miss the daily email every day. It'll keep the information there until you look at it again. And then the index report, I definitely recommend this one. This is everything that's out to bid currently in Orange, Rockland, and Westchester in all the categories. This can definitely be amended, modified. We can create reports if we want. So if some people are only interested in looking at projects in Westchester, you can do that. And basically this project is in a bid date order. These are all the projects that are bidding today, and then however far out the projects go. It's not broken down by any type of keywords. It's literally just everything. That can also be modified. If you, are an electrical contractor and you only want to see projects that have electrical work in that, then you can actually narrow that down. So I'm just trying, I'm going a little slow because I just want to show you exactly, what's out to bid right now in Lower Hudson. And as I said before, we can definitely do a report. Anybody that's interested in doing a one-on-one demo, we can do that. And then we can be really specific in what you're looking for instead of having to look through, all of these projects. Because right now we're looking at new buildings, we're looking at, rehab and specialty and roads and bridges and all of that. So, we've got our projects going out as far as September. Okay, so let's go back to the desktop. So now I just want to show you very quickly a custom report. So this is a private report that I did that's basically going back the 1 month. So here's pre-planning, which we didn't get to look at earlier because we didn't have anything today. But here's a project in Westchester I just want to show you quickly. So this is, again, where it's located, the attorney, who the developer is, Trinity Financial. You might already know that these people, have a contact and be able to reach out to them. Planning notes, request for special permit to facilitate the development of a new residential project is under review by the city of White Plains. And basically just telling you what they're doing. They're putting up an 11-story and a 9-story building with 174 apartments, and then letting you know it's part of another project. So that's something to look at in pre-planning. Planning, there's 40 projects we're looking at in the last 1 month. So you can kind of get an idea of what's out there here. Here's a self-storage facility. I know those are pretty big right now. Again, where it's located, who your owner is, that's who you would reach out to if you're looking to get involved early on before that general contractor. And it's just basically telling you that they're putting up an 8-story self-storage facility. And then the last tab is negotiated. So this is, again, a GC has already been awarded here. There's 23 projects in the last 30 days. Let's see, let's take a look at this one, Beekman Ave Luxury Apartments. And you can see that the owner, developer, and the GC are one and the same. FPS Contracting. Project has not started yet, so still a good place to get involved. And they're putting up a 4-story, 20,000 square foot luxury apartment building with 14 units. Okay, so again, that's what we've done. That's what we've reported on in the last 30 days. So the other thing I just want to quickly show you is our directory. So as I let you know, you could search for projects, but I want to show you how you can search for a specific type of contractor. So I'm going to click Southern New York State. I'm going to click on the hard hat, and I'm going to look up a landscape contractor. I feel like people are always looking for landscapers. And if you click on their category, now you'll get to the companies that are all listed in landscaping in Lower Hudson. Again, Orange, Rockland, Westchester. So you can see that Ascape Landscape is the first company that gets listed, and that's because they are advertising here. So anybody that has a specific trade, you can also advertise within your trade so that, contractors are busy. They're not necessarily looking to go through, 497 companies. You can filter your results by a couple of different things in here. You can look for certified contractors, all this information here. But again, companies are busy. Typically, they want to look at the person that's listed first. So you can do the same thing. We also have advertising here on the side as well. So it's just a good way to get your name to stay top of mind with these contractors. So that's basically it. We do have a sub request page. As I said, contractors are posting projects for for specific types of subs. You can take a look at the title of the projects and, kind of get involved that way, as well as if you are a GC, you can do that yourself. One of the things that we are known for at CIS is our customer service. We have really, really good customer service because we are literally like your mom and pop shop, as I'm sure a lot of you guys are as well. We have, our phone numbers on every single page. Everybody gets assigned a specific customer service person. You'll have their direct phone number. You'll have their email. You can call them, as well as, your sales rep. But we will help you with anything that you need, whether it's training, whether it's information on a project, whatever it might be. We also have, video tutorials. So this is, if you guys aren't sure of something, you don't even want to reach out to somebody, you can just kind of go and take a look at these videos that we have here. So just to give you a recap, we are your local lead service. If you're using another service, they are national. We are the only local lead service looking for projects literally in your backyard. So again, I would love to do a one-on-one demo with anybody that's interested. If anybody's asked any questions, I will certainly get back to you at the end of, before the end of the day today. But thank you so much for your time. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to show you our projects. And, I hope to be able to speak to you guys, one-on-one. All right. Thank you again, and have a great day.